The other thing that's fundamental to me, and I actually was talking to one of the dads of the kids I coached at the high school this afternoon. I ran into him, and believe it or not, at the gym, and we talked about pitching. And I talked about the biggest thing that we did to change the team from when I was an assistant with a freshman till I had basically the same group as the head coach at JV was we tracked every bullpen session for strike throwing. We checked fastball strike throwing, changeup strike throwing, breaking ball strike throwing, and made sure that, when they threw their bullpen, we didn't change the number of pitches because we didn't want anybody to hurt their arm. But we checked every bullpen that they threw, or every batting practice or intra-squad game that they threw. We tracked the number of strikes they were throwing. And it was very important to me that they would not walk guys, because if you've got a defense that's going to make the routine plays and you feel good about your defense, if a pitcher's going to walk guys, it's going to hurt your defense, not only because they don't get a chance to field it, they're going to be on their heels and the defense becomes worse. And my problem with the Yankee pitching is the ridiculous number of pitches that they throw. The ridiculous number of pitchers. Wow. Ben Rice just hit a ground rule double because the center fielder completely botched it.
That's not talk.
Completely botched the ball. What? Completely botched it. Anyhow, Rodon pitched fantastic, except for the 1 inning when he walked guys. 11 innings, 6 walks for him. Will Warren, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 hit, 4 walks. It's unacceptable. Even Max Fried, which I think was as much nerves as anything, 4 2/3, 4 walks. Stroman, 4 2/3, 3 walks. That's just too many walks. Stroman had 1 walk, and Fried had only 2 walks. I was reading the wrong column. I was reading strikeout column. So Fried had 2 walks, but Warren had too many walks. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And Rodon lost the game yesterday because of the walks. It's just not acceptable to walk this many guys. And then, of course, Leiter had a bad outing. Came in and walked a couple of guys, but he had 2 great outings before that. What's interesting to me is that Leiter, Hill, Cruz seem to be the guys that he's going to go to when the Yanks are up. I want to see what's going to happen. They did miss Williams yesterday because they could have used Weaver earlier and held the lead, and then had Williams close instead of saving Weaver to be the closer, which he didn't get an opportunity to pitch. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this team. But the starters need to throw less pitches, and they need to be going deeper in games. I mean, 5 innings from Warren, and that's basically the long start. Rodon had 11 1/3. He's had 2 starts. So what's that? 5.5 innings, or as Sal would say, 5 3/4. They're not getting enough out of these guys, and they're throwing 96 pitches, 100 pitches. It's not like they're throwing 75 pitches and they're out. And it bothers the hell out of me on the pitching side that the starters are not throwing strikes. And that's a fundamental problem as well. And, I think Blake's a terrific pitching coach. I think that they handle the pitching staff well, but, they need to throw more strikes. What do you think?
No question about it, because here's the problem. It's going to happen again, like last year. Halfway through, you're going to start losing bullpen arms. They're going to start cycling through their first group. They've already cycled through them. Half of them are hurt anyway from last year, or God knows when. So we don't have, there are 3 or 4 guys that are already hurting. Is Hamilton back yet?
No, he's on his rehab.
All right, so you do this, and you're just going to have, who's the first to go down? It'll be someone like Leiter. It'll be somebody. It'll be these guys who they will count on to throw too many innings are going to go down. And
I'm afraid
it's
going to be Weaver, but I don't have anything to back up that statement.
I mean, I'm happy that Devin's on paternity leave. That's great, because that'll give him a chance to rest. Hopefully, he comes back and he's sharp. It doesn't take 2 or 3 outings to get back. It's like they need more from these 5 guys. It'll be interesting to see what Cookie gives them tonight. I'm just it doesn't feel good. And I know there are people out there right now, or the three of you are watching, and then the folks that are going to be watching tomorrow are going to say, you guys are, what are you saying, goodbye?
Aaron Judge just hit a homer.
Stop. All right. I want to watch the game. Give me a break. One thing I agree with you. If we're going to do the show at this time, we don't talk about the game. I like to watch it. Okay. Jeez Louise. So, here's the thing. I lost my train. Where was I going?
Relief pitchers.
What? So these
Relief.
guys have to throw more. They need to go deeper into games, no question about it. Just to save.
Well, they're throwing 100 pitches, and they're not getting deep into game. That's what my point was. Is it's ridiculous. How could you be a starting throwing 100 pitches? I mean, it's not. And these guys
here's
are.
What I was going to say.
It's not like you're playing second base. I'm playing shortstop. Kramer's at first, and Mike Sherman's at third base. The defense is a hell of a lot better than that group.
Well, yeah. 3-2. They're 3-2. They won 3 games decidedly. They lost the last 2 embarrassingly, especially the first, which was a classic loss from this generation. Guy gets on because they walk somebody. They always walk somebody to set up the problem, and then the grand slam and they lose.
And the number of guys, a lot of stress on all those pitches.
Loss stolen from the jaws of victory. Bugs me. Part of baseball. It happens all over. But, it just showed, again, not a focus. Then yesterday,